I'm just going to go through and I might beat you. Amy, I just want you to know my thoughts are with you, all of you guys, and I love you and our young lady friend.
Yep, she told me that she talked to you this morning.
Yep. So. And I told her to go rest and get some sleep. I will see her later. So.
And we have a very elderly puppy. It's not, so just in case you just scared anybody.
Oh, yes, I apologize. It's
18-year-old dog. Not doing as well as she did a few days ago.
Yeah. So that is not an easy time at all. So with everything sort of underway, everything muted. Okay. 2 blocks might come in handy this morning. I can't have them by my mat because my dog eats them. So I will grab them when need be. Once you're ready, oh, and a strap. Please grab a strap. Ben, can you move out of the way? Go away. Please come to a seated position at the top of your mat. Find your comfortable cross-legged pose. Fidget around till you feel the sitting bones flat on the floor, tailbone dropping down. If you would like to grab your block and sit up higher so that your knees drop below the hips, might be a more comfortable, accommodating position for you this morning. As you start to settle into this shape, close the eyes, rest the hands on the knees or lightly on the thighs. Elbows bent, relax the arms. Take a few breaths just to settle here, connecting with the inner body, with what's going on inside you this morning. Taking stock of the body, how it's feeling. Knowing that how you're feeling this morning is exactly how you're meant to feel. The poses you achieve or stay in for an extra time, or what your body needs today. Class this morning is about one of the Niyamas, or the personal observances within yoga philosophy, called Ishvara Pranidhana. It means to surrender. And as you settle into this shape, bringing your attention, your awareness to your mat, I have a short passage to read from you in a book called the Yamas and Niyamas. How often do we try to con life as if there's a prize waiting for us if we succeed? When life doesn't do what we want, we throw a tantrum. Just think about how many times you tell yourself you had a bad day because it didn't go the way you planned. We can be busy feeling cheated or victimized when life doesn't go the way we want it to, that we often miss a new opportunity life is offering us in the moment. Ishvara Pranidhana means to surrender, presupposes that there is a divine force at work in our lives. Whether we call it God, grace, providence, or life, this force is greater than we are and cares deeply about us. Surrender invites us to be active participants in our life, totally present and fluid with each moment, while appreciating the magnitude and mystery of what we are participating in. Ultimately, the guideline invites us to surrender our egos, open our hearts, and accept the higher purpose of our being. Your actions, your thoughts, and the activity you were engaged in lined up and became one entity of harmony and perfection. This is the rhythm of surrender. The yogis tell us that we can live this way all the time, unless we are getting in our own way. This morning, I will offer many opportunities to progress, to back off, and I'd like you to practice this idea of surrender, embracing the shape, the pose, the mindset that feels best for you, knowing with this idea in your mind, you are practicing yoga. It doesn't matter what shape you go into. It matters how you resonate with the practice and take the responsibility to be in charge of your practice. Take your last few breaths, set your own intention. If something from that reading resonated with you, make it your own. Bringing the hands together in front of our heart, Anjali Mudra, the mudra of gratitude. Feel your intention, keep it close to your heart, reflecting on it often. Bowing your head toward your fingertips, thanking yourself for choosing to be here, thanking those that joined us this morning, and of course, the universe for our beautiful yoga asana practice. Slowly release your hands, lift your chin, and flutter open your eyes. Grab your strap and come onto your back. Supka Paragusthasana is our first posture this morning. Once you are on your back, extend the left foot out long, flex the foot, press through the heel. Bring the right knee into the chest, feel the belly activate, then take your strap around the ball mound of your foot, straightening the right leg up towards the ceiling. You can keep a mindful bend in your right knee as you press up through the heel, pushing the thigh up. Keep the hips down. The left hand rests on your left thigh. Don't feel as if you have to press the hand, just a nice, subtle engagement. Relax the right arm. Nothing too strenuous here, just starting to open the body. Keep your hips exactly as they are. Resist the urge to allow the right leg to flop out to the side. As you exhale, slowly bring the leg out to the right and notice how that left hip wants to come up. Resist it and keep the hip down, even if that means your leg is up a mile away from the floor. You'll benefit more from the engagement in the adductors, in your external hip rotators, if we don't just flop the leg down. Work rather the leg towards the head, thinking about moving in a mindful manner, not past your capacity. Slowly use the inner thigh to pull the leg up. Take the strap into the left hand, right arm comes out on the floor in line with the shoulder as you take the right leg across the body. You can allow the right hip to lift, come onto the knife edge of the left foot. Continue pressing through the heel. And again, you don't need to go for some maximum sensation. Just appreciate where you're at. Slowly lift the leg up to center, bend the knee, take the strap off of the foot, give your knee a little squeeze in up towards your chest, and then let the leg go out next to the left. Set your right leg, flex the foot, toes up to the ceiling, then bend the left knee into the chest, feel the belly engage, and then the strap goes around the ball mound of the foot. Hold both tails in the left hand, relax the left arm, right hand to the right thigh. Again, just think about pressing up through the heel, lift the thigh, lift the back of the leg up. The knee can be bent and continue to work your leg. Few breaths here. And again, keep the pelvis flat on the mat. Don't let that right hip pop up. Keep pushing it down. Now slowly start to bring the left leg out to the left and towards the top of your mat. You get better stretch and activate the muscles we're intending to do here. Intending to stretch here, makes more sense. Few breaths here. Again, check with that right hip. Be honest with yourself. Is it popping up? Is your hip up off the floor? Press it down and lift the leg. Slowly lift the leg to center. Take the right hand, hold your tails, and then the left arm comes out in line with the shoulder. Left leg comes across to the right side of the body. Left shoulder tries to stay down as the hip lifts, and you can come on to the knife edge of the right foot. Slowly lift the leg back to center, bend the knee, take the strap off, move it to the side, and give the left knee a little squeeze up and in. Send the left leg out next to the right. Bring both knees into the chest, give yourself a hug, become a tight, tight little ball. This might be a position we see quite a bit this morning. Oh, foreshadowing. When you're ready, roll over to the right. Rest for a moment in the fetal position. Then press into the hands, come up, and make your way into downward facing dog. Hopefully, from doing our supine position there, your legs will feel adjusted to this position. So focus on the hands, pushing the hands down, lengthening the arms, suck the armpits in, feeling the shoulders move away from the ears, down the back, and encourage the heels gently towards the floor. You can make any motions here that help you settle into this shape. You can bend the knees generously. You can move the hips side to side, lift one leg, then the other. Another breath or two here just for you to explore. And then we'll all meet in a static downward facing dog. Take your feet in a footprint, maybe a footprint and a half so the heels can be flat. Push into the left hand, take the right hand up off the floor and find the outer edge of the left ankle. Pull on the hand, twist and look under your left armpit, revolving your dog. Press down into the right heel and push the hips straight back. Right hand comes down, back to downward facing dog. Put the weight into the right side as you take the left hand up and to the right ankle. Hold the ankle, push everything to the back of the mat. Take the left hand back down, re-lengthen your downward facing dog. Looking forward, tippy toe up to the top of your mat, small steps, big bend in the knees to make your way there. Inhale halfway, hands to shins and hold, push the hands into your shins, lift up through your sitting bones and pull the belly in. Exhale, fold, fingertips to the floor. Hands to hips, elbows to sky, look at your chest, bend your knees, push into the feet and rise up with a straight, strong spine. Lift the arms overhead. Exhale, arms come down to the side, Samasthiti. You can have your feet hip distance. If you feel comfortable with your balance there, you can bring the big toes together, heels slightly apart. Feel grounded in the feet, knowing at any point this is a posture you can stay in. On an inhale, float the arms forward and up. Exhale, little bend in the knees as we fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale into halfway lift, fingertips to floor, hands to shins. Exhale, palms down, step back to your plank pose. Pull the belly in, push down into the hands to lengthen the arms. Drop your knees to the mat and then exhale into a chaturanga modification. Release to your belly and inhale up, cobra. My golden doodle has decided to block the camera today, so we'll see how this goes. Curl your toes under, lift to table, and exhale back to downward facing dog. Few breaths here. The knees down variation for Chaturanga Dandasana helps us develop strength. So if you are not comfortable keeping the knees lifted, know that that is a perfect option for you and embrace where you're at today. As you're ready, look forward and we'll step back to the top of the mat into that halfway lift, hands to shins or fingers to floor. Exhale, bow. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, arms down, Samasthiti. Inhale, lift the arms back up. Exhale, take a bow. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, palms flat, step to your high push-up, your choice, knees down or knees stay in line with the shoulders as you exhale and hover. And then uncurl your toes, lift the thighs, lift the hips, chest is lifting for a back bend, up dog. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Long, slow, steady breaths here. The bottom of your fifth exhalation, look forward, and you can step or hop to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Inhale, push into the feet to come up, arms lifted. Exhale, arms come down. Inhale, lift the arms, keep it going. Exhale, bend the knees as you fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, palms down, step to plank. Lower into your Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale into upward facing. Exhale into downward facing. I will most likely be continuing to offer just upward facing dog. Please know that you may take Cobra, a locust pose, a Sphinx pose. Feel free to explore and invite your own modifications and postures this morning. Looking forward, step, hop, float to the top. Halfway, exhale, bow. Inhale, reach up, stretch up, look up. Exhale, arms come down. Gorgeous. Grab a block for me. I'll show you later my chewed blocks. They look fantastic. So take your block on the lowest setting, on your hamburger setting, and put it 2/3 of the way back on, no, I'm sorry, 1/3 on the way back on your mat. And then we will step behind arm block and take our hands in front of our heart. Beautiful. Exhale, arms to your side. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Fingertips to the floor, framing your block. Inhale, halfway. Hands can come to the shins. Exhale, hands down. Take your hands in front of your block so that you can step the feet back and find a plank. Now, as we exhale, think about keeping your hips in line with your shoulders to stay at the same speed. So exhale, bend the elbows gently into the ribs till your belly touches your block. Uncurl your toes, lift your chest up, feel the pubic bone move down towards the block as the thighs are lifted. Curl the toes under, lift the hips up and back, downward dog. The block is an excellent check to know how low to lower in your chaturanga. A little taste for anyone who's joining me later this afternoon for our chaturanga workshop. Let's look forward and step your feet back behind your block. We'll do this one more time. Inhale, halfway, bring your hands to your shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift all the way up, reach the arms forward and up. Exhale, hands come down. One more time. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, bow. Inhale, Ardha. Exhale, hands down in front of your block. Step the feet back. Find your strong plank, belly in. Hug the elbows gently into the ribs. Lower down till your belly, your bottom ribs find your block. Use that support to uncurl your toes and lift your chest. Allow the pubic bone to find the block. And exhale, roll over the toes. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. You may move your block off to the side and find your breath. Looking forward, we'll finish our rounds of Surya Namaskar A. Step, hop, float to the top. Halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, arms come down. Inhale, feet hip distance apart. Utkatasana. Pull the ribs back, lengthen your tailbone down and move your hips back to get the knees behind the toes. Take your chest forward as you move your hips back. Belly can touch the thighs and then puff your upper back so you feel as if you're coming into a baby kitten rather than a full cat pose. Just be a kitten. You can look forward, you can gently look up. Come back up to chair, lift the hips a little. Exhale, fold, straighten the legs. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Send the left foot back. Leave the knee lifted. Fingers frame your foot so you're in a runner's lunge. Pull the right hip back, lift the left thigh, and then lift your chest forward like a back bend. As you exhale, straighten the right leg by moving the hips up and back. Pull the right hip straight back. Inhale, bend into the knee. Lift your chest. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. One more. Exhale, straighten. Stay here. Perhaps start to try and lift your toes so you can rock back onto your right heel. It might intensify the stretch in the back of your right leg. Think about pushing your hips back as you pull your chest forward towards the top of the mat. Plant your right foot down, bend into the knee. For a breath, bring your hands to the knee, to the hip, or overhead for a high lunge. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, hands come down and step back, plank pose. You know the drill. Find down dog or lower chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. We'll do the same other side. Left foot will step forward. Frame your left foot. Shimmy that right foot back to lengthen your stance. Pull your chest through. Lift the heart. As you exhale, straighten the left leg, pressing the hips up and back. Inhale, bend the knee, pull the chest forward. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Stay here and rock back on the heel, working to lift the toes. Then explore these dual actions of the hips moving away from the chest and the chest pulling away from the hips. Shift your weight forward, plant your foot, bend the knee over the ankle, push into the feet, hands can climb to the knee, to the hips, and come overhead. Super deep, powerful inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Step to the top of your mat, halfway lift, hands to shins, fingers to floor. Exhale, bow. Feet hip distance or big toes touch, sink the hips, Utkatasana. Ribs come down, lift your chest, but keep the ribs down. Find the back bend by utilizing your core. Now lean the chest forward, hips back more to find a half chair. Look at your toes. Shift your weight forward toward your toes and lift the heels. Shift your weight back, plant the heels. Lift your chest, look forward. Exhale, straighten the legs and forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, palms down. Let's step the left foot back again. Find that runner's lunge, lift the chest, and then climb your hands up until you find your high lunge. Ground down into the feet. Pull the right heel back towards the left foot so the right hip hugs back. Lift the left thigh powerfully up so you're high in the tippy toe. Inhale, lean the chest forward, sweep the arms back, palms face in. Pull the shoulders down. Inhale, lift the chest, sweep the arms up. Exhale, lean forward from that right hip, sweep the arms back. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sweep. Inhale, lift just the arms overhead, but lean forward. Good. Reach forward with the hands, set them down a foot in front of the right foot, and then lift the left leg up. Fold your chest down the right leg, standing split. The hands can be flat. You can keep them far forward. You can keep your chest lifted as high as you need. I want you to think about what's touching the floor. Push the right heel down, the toes down, and then lengthen your thigh. Straighten the leg by pushing into the floor. Lift up halfway, chest parallel to the floor. Bend your right knee, send the left foot back, and bring the knee down in a low lunge. Walk your hands back, move your hips back, and find a half split. Right leg is straight, hips are up above the left heel. Don't sit down on the foot, please. Pet peeve. Move the hips back, chest forward. You can keep your foot flexed or maybe push on the gas and press the right toes forward. Then slowly shift your weight forward, plant the foot, step back to plank, make your way through a vinyasa or to down dog. Here we go, other side. Left foot will make its way forward. Take your time, pressing down into the feet, and then come up into your high lunge. Pull the left hip back, lift the right thigh, pull the ribs back, lean towards the right foot. Find your powerhouse leg, that back foot, back leg. Inhale. Exhale, lean the chest forward and then sweep the arms back. Inhale, lift the arms, lift the chest. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sweep. We'll stay in this leaning forward position with the chest lifted. Now lift the arms up. Arms are alongside the ears. Lean forward in towards those left toes. Hands come down a foot and a half in front of you as you lift the right leg up and back, standing splits. Fold the chest straight down the left leg. Push the left heel down, push into the toes, and then lift the left leg bone up into the hip, up into its socket. Inhale up onto the fingertips, chest parallel to the floor. Little bend in the left knee as you send the right foot back and the knee down. Start to straighten the left leg by moving the hips back. Toes come up towards the face. Pull the chest forward, move the hips up and back. Shift your weight forward, plant your foot. Lift the right knee, big step forward to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Toes can touch. Keep the feet hip distance, Bujupidasana, chair pose. Like we did before, bring the chest forward, move the hips back, belly to the thighs. Lean forward towards the toes, pick up your heels. Now start to think about sending your butt back and down to come into a squat. Try and keep the heels lifted, chest lifted, reach the arms forward. Now, bring your hands down and start to shift your weight back. See if you can get the heels down. You might not, and that's okay. There's no cookie back there. Keep the heels down. If you are on your toes, if you're on your heels, bring your knees apart. Lean your chest between the legs and crawl the hands forward. Drop your chin to your chest. And then coming out of it, walk the hands in. Shift your weight towards your toes, lift the heels. Bring the knees together. Then lift the arms. Push into the toes. Start to come back up into the chair with the heels up. Shift the weight back, put the heels down, lift your chest. Exhale, fold. Straighten your legs. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, palms down, step to plank. Down dog or chaturanga to a back bend. Exhale, hips up and back, downward dog. From here, inhale, lift the right leg up and back. Right hip points down, lift up through the heel, point through the right toes. Exhale, right knee comes forward, tap the right elbow. Inhale, lift the leg up and back. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Get them to touch. Inhale, leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, round your back. Use your belly, pull the foot forward. You can assist with that right hand to pull the foot. Come up, high lunge. Find your balance, find your standing pose. Take the right palm between your shoulder blades. Left hand out, thumb down. Then the hand can go up in between the shoulder blades. You are always welcome to back out a step and take the hand to your elbow. You do not have to find your fingertips. This is more just about opening the shoulders, working into the muscles there. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. Exhale, lean forward at the hip. Keep the arms reaching out. Step the left foot in, then push into the right leg to lift the left leg up. Warrior 3. Pull the right hip back. Lift the left thigh. Pull the belly in. Hands come to the floor, standing splits. Fold for a breath. Inhale up, halfway onto your fingertips. Pause. Little bend in the right knee. Bend your left knee and tuck the left knee behind the right. Don't let them touch, but just about an inch between the knees. Then lift your chest, stay here, or take your right hand in front of your heart, followed by the left. Balancing Shiva. Push into the right foot, warrior three. Lift your chest parallel to the floor, left leg parallel to the floor. Send the left foot back, high lunge, lift the arms overhead. Exhale, hands down, step back plank, lower down. Extra breath between your sides. Inhale, lift your left leg, left hip point is straight to the floor. Lift your left toes up, stretch through the leg. Exhale, left knee to left elbow, maybe up higher. Inhale, lift the leg up and back. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale, lift the leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, round your back. Use your belly to pull the foot forward. And then up to the fingertips and rise up, high lunge. Very strong foundation. Draw the chest back. Left palm goes between the shoulder blades, right hand out, thumb down. Back of the hand up in between. Ooh, tight shoulder. Pull the ribs back, press your head back. Unwind your arms, lift them overhead. Lean forward, chest forward, put the weight into the left foot, step the right foot in, then float it up. Leg is parallel to the floor, chest parallel to the floor. Hands come down, standing splits, move slow, fold. Inhale up halfway onto the fingertips. Little bend in the left knee, tuck the right knee, almost to touch behind the left. Then balance here, push into the left hand, take your left foot, left hand in front of your heart, right hand in front of your heart. Push into the left foot, lift up warrior three. Bend the left knee, right foot sets down. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, hands down. Step back, plank, lower down. Back to down dog. When you're ready, let's make our way to the top of the mat. Step, hop, float. Find that halfway lift. Halfway and fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. I love chair pose. Shift the weight forward. Half chair. Lean into the toes, pick up the heels. Come down to your squats. Hands can find the floor. Now, if this is challenging, grab your blocks and you can be balancing here. This is all we have to do, right? Now, if you'd like to, you can work to shift the weight back. See if you can get the heels down. I can get my heels down, but if I have to do other things here, I might have to go back to my toes. That's okay. My Achilles, they don't want to stay down here. So I'm going to keep my hands on the floor. Maybe this is enough. Or you can take your hands next to your hips, lift your chest, and then shift your weight to the left foot and go, yeah, and kick your right foot forward, flex the foot. This is a pistol squat. Bend the right knee, set the foot down, shift the weight back, lift the chest, and then, yeah, kick the left foot forward. Sound effect required. Bring the left foot back next to the left. Take the knees apart, reach forward. Hands down, straighten your legs. Bounce your knees. All of that was optional. Please remember that. Hands to your hips, and then come on up. Okay, so I want to play with that position one more time. Okay, there's a couple more times, but specifically something here. So now for those of you who are working into just the squat, I want you to do that. This is a very good position for us to be trying to emphasize, okay? Now, you can do this. You can find your balance and just lift here. You can try and lift one heel. You can play a lot of different directions. You can take the foot forward. If this is available to you, what I'd like you to try is to take your hands here, lift your hips and straighten your legs a step back, okay? So, meet me at the top of your mat, come into your squat. You're welcome to stay. You're welcome to go into the Malasana and take the knees apart, arms forward. I think this is glorious. So, if you'd like to work into this pistol squat with me, hands are next to your hips, lift your chest. Let's bring the right foot out in front of you, flex the foot. Then push into that left foot, see if you can bounce your hips. Straighten the left leg, pull the right leg in and step it back. Take a down dog for a breath. Fun. Nice and easy, look forward, return to the position for the other side. So again, find what was best for you. Shift the weight to the right foot, take the left foot out. And then start to bounce, see how this feels. Push into the right foot, straighten the leg, lift those hips, step the left foot back. Downward dog. This time, if we could all meet in downward dog, I'd be very grateful from whatever shape you have found yourself in. The right foot will step forward, coming to warrior two. Spin the left foot flat, having the foot at about a 45-degree angle, maybe a little wider towards 60 degrees. If you have your protractor, you can use it. Take your right hip, pull it back, left hip points towards the upper left corner of the mat as the chest twists open. Press the knees forward, lift the left inner thigh. Inhale, flip your palm, right palm. Exhale, reverse left hand to your left knee. Look up at your right middle finger. Keep the hips exactly as they were. Inhale, forward. Exhale, right forearm across your thigh. Left arm sweeps forward. Reach through those left fingertips. Pull the right hip back. Lengthen the right side of your rib cage and twist to look under your left arm. You are always welcome to stay with the forearm on the thigh. If you'd like to slide the hand down outside the foot to the floor, please feel free to do so. Inhale all the way back up, warrior two. Flip your palm and reverse. Keep stretching up and back, straighten the right leg. Arms come forward into a T. Reach forward with the hand and set the hand down outside the foot. You can shorten your stance, continuing to hug that right hip back, left hip forward. Stretch the left arm up. Lengthen your chest. Press the hips away from the chest. Look up at your left thumb. A little bend in the right knee, come back up, warrior two for a breath. Exhale, hands down around your right foot, step back to plank and lower down. Take a vinyasa and meet me in dog. The left foot will step forward, finding warrior two. Make sure those right toes are tucked into a comfortable angle for your ankle, for your foot. Hug the right hip forward, left hip back, lift the arms up and out, twist the chest to the right. Flip the left palm, reverse, Utthita Virabhadrasana. Come back forward into warrior two. Utthita Paragusthasana. Left forearm across the thighs. Right arm comes forward. Reach through the right arm to create more side body action. You can stay here, lengthening the left side and twisting under your right arm. You can take the left hand to the floor. Breathe. Enjoy the stretch from the tip of the right finger down to the outer edge of the right heel. Make your way back up to warrior two. Flip the palm, reverse. Straighten the left leg, continue stretching up and gently back. Take the arms into a T. Reach forward through the left hand and float the hand down to the floor outside the foot. You can shorten your stance. Pull the left hip back. Press the right hip forward and down as you lengthen the chest forward. Continuing to explore your straight lines. Little bend in the left knee. Lift yourself up for warrior two for a breath. Hands down, and we'll take a vinyasa. Rest in your down dog. You can take a brief moment in the child's pose at any point throughout class. Into the lizard lunge. Looking forward, step your right foot forward outside the right hand. Shimmy your left foot back so you're in a nice long stance. The right toes turn slightly out. And then bring the left knee down. This is perfect. You don't have to go any further. If this is just what your hip needs today, don't feel like you have to go anymore. You can also take your hands up onto a block to back out of the pose more. Or you can go the other direction and come down onto the forearms. Maybe you don't need the block, and the forearms can come down here. Pull the right knee into the midline, press the right hip back, round your low back, pull your chest through like a back bend. Come on up to the palms. Curl your left toes under if they're not. Lift the knee. Now, let's practice stepping the left foot in a few steps until you can bring it all the way forward outside the left hand. The hips might have to raise pretty high to get there. So now you're in the traditional Malasana, right? Take the hands in front of the heart, press the knees into the triceps, push into the heels so your tailbone lifts. Now pull the pelvis forward between the legs. If you want to see somebody with super open hips, we should have Tara pop on here. That girl's hips are something to be impressed with. Hands down, shoulders distance. Badakanasana is the crow pose. Now, you may stay in Malasana. You may come out of Malasana. You can lift your hips, bring the feet together, put the weight into the hands, hug the knees in towards the triceps, lean forward, pull your chest through, and then lift one foot, lift the other. We'll take a moment and fly. Push into the hands, straighten the arms, pull the feet up to your tushy. After a few breaths or a few tries, you will step back or shoot back chaturanga. Inhale into upward facing. Exhale into downward facing. You've never done that before? Then please just find your way to down dog. It will make more sense over time. Okay, the left foot comes forward, outside the left hand. Shimmy the right foot back, knee comes down. Lizard lunge. Pull the left hip back, knee in. Make sure those toes are pointing slightly out. The goal within any of these poses is to make sure the knee is over that second and third toe. If you came down to forearms, please feel free to do so. Find your shape and what feels best for you this morning. Come on up to the hands. Lift the right knee. And then again, take a few steps to take that right foot forward outside the hand. The hips can go as high as necessary to get there. what are these? My triceps go back inside the knee. Push into the heels. Hug the knees in. Lift your chest. Ah. Bakasana. Again, hands down, shoulders distance. Try 2 more times, or take a nice gorgeous crow and fly, my yogi. Hug the knees in, lift the toes, push into the hands, puff the upper back. And then after a few breaths, a few tries, chaturanga, upward facing, downward facing. When you're ready, look forward and make your way to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, and exhale, arms come down. All right, had to remind myself what was next. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands down. Step your left foot back. Spin the foot in for your warrior 2. Heel to arch alignment or heel to heel. Lift the arms up and into your shape. Breathe here. Reach forward to the right hand and set the hand down outside the foot or outside the ankle. You can always have a block right outside your foot to take the hand there. Left arm comes forward. Utthita Paragusthasana. Left hand to your hip, look down at your right foot, step the left foot in, right hand forward, push into the right foot to lift the left leg, half moon. Push into that right foot, lengthen the leg, then start to try and lift the left hip open on top of the right. Stack the shoulders, and you may float the left arm up. Left hand to the floor, square your hips down, standing splits for a breath. Now, you may return to the balancing Shiva, where you bend your knee, tuck it behind, and work the balance here. We can all start there. And then if you'd like, you can bring your hands back to the floor. Left knee starts next to the right. And then you lower your hips and push your left foot through. Pistol squat. Hand comes to your left foot as you sit up, nice and tall. Try and balance here. And then put your hands down, lift your hips straight, and your leg will all meet back into a downward facing dog. The accessibility of that might be beyond our capacity, so find your shape that's best for you. Don't fret, move past it, let it go. Step the left foot forward between the hands, find a warrior 2. Hug the left hip back, lean the chest to the right, stretch through the fingertips. Reach forward with the left hand, take the hand down outside the left foot toward next to the ankle as the right arm comes forward. Again, grab a block. You can always take the forearm across the thigh. Into half moon, right hand to your hip, step the right foot in, take the left hand forward about 1.5 feet in front of you to the left, and then lift the right leg powerfully up. Push into the left foot, lengthen the leg, stack the right hip open, and then lift the right arm up. Right hand down into standing split. Right hip squares to the floor. And then again, inhale up onto the fingertips. You can find that balancing Shiva pose where we tuck the knee behind and learn to balance here. This is groovy, I love this pose. Or the hands come down, right knee next to left. Start to push the hips back, drop them down, and shoot the right foot through. If that's accessible, find the foot and balance. Yeah, I know, right? What? Super confusing. And then hands down, lift your hips, step it back, downward dog. One of those times that it's very nice if we were in the studio together for. Oh, good. Looking forward, step, and come into a seat at the top of the mat, the pose we started in. Awesome. I hope you're all doing okay. Pistol squat isn't something I do very often, but it is fun to revisit from time to time. Take the legs out in front of you. I think that's the last time with it. So if you hate it, move on. Lean back into the tailbone, lift your legs, bend the knees for me, bend your knees, hamstring, hands behind your hamstrings. Lift your chest, straighten the spine as much as you can. If as you start to straighten the leg, you fall back, keep your knees bent. Stay here. Then take the arms forward. Set the hands down, come to a comfortable seat, sit up nice and tall. Then bring your feet out in front of you, hands behind the hamstrings, lift your chest, lift your feet forward. This time, with the hands behind the hamstrings and knees bent, straighten the right leg up, and then maybe the left leg up. Toes aligned with your eyes. You can drop the feet down if needed. Keep your hands where they are, or take the arms forward. And then return to a comfortable seat. Grab both of your blocks. Set your blocks next to your hips. Have one ankle uncrossed in front of the other. Bring the knees into the chest. Hands come down onto your blocks. Push your hands down and lift your butt. Pull the knees into the chest. Pull the feet up and see if you can float. Lower your butt down. Take your hip blocks to the side for a moment. And one more time, sit back onto the tailbone, lift your chest powerfully up and float the feet up, boat pose. Navasana. Arms come forward. See if you can remember which foot you had in front of the other. Take it the opposite as you come to a seat with your knees up into the chest. Hands set up on your blocks outside your hips. Push the hands down to straighten the arms. Lift your butt, pull the knees in, and float the feet up. If all you get is the butt up, you're on your way. Hands, butt comes down, set your blocks to the side. Let's swing our legs over to one side and step back into your downward dog. Step your right foot forward outside the right hand, like we did earlier for that lizard lunge. Lengthen your stance. Now, take the right hand behind the right foot and heel toe your foot in to hip distance. Drop your shoulders down and take your right shoulder under your thigh. Right hand goes outside the right foot. You can stay there. You can take your hands out along the floor into a T shape so you're on the fingertips. You can lift the arms into airplane wings. You can bind behind your back. Hold your fingers together. Keep the chest low. Now set your hands down, right hand outside right foot, left hand down inside right foot. You can unbind yourself from the shoulder under the thigh or stay there as we step the left foot in between the hands, lower your butt down and bring the left foot through. Keep what you got with the right leg on your arm. Tricky, it's tricky, or come down and sit and pretend you got there. Take your arm outside, half happy baby. Pull the foot back. And then set your right foot down, grab your strap, take the left foot in like a half easy seat. Strap around the small mound of your right foot, straighten the leg up, hold the tails in both hands. Meet me here in Crouchtasana. Push down, sit down into the tail as you kick your leg forward and up. Push the foot into the strap. Chest lifts powerfully up like our boat pose. Now take both tails into the right hand and pull the right knee back into that half happy baby. Take your left hand, hold on to the tails with your left hand. Take your right arm inside the right leg like we did before. Leg up high on the arm. Right hand comes down like a kickstand. Straighten up, sit up very tall. This is where we stay. If you'd like to start to straighten the leg, you have to stay up. So start to straighten the leg up and out to the right. Take your hand away from the foot and point the elbow up. Don't be crunched and low. Lift, sit up tall. The right hip can lift, leaning to the left hip. Drop the right sitting bone down. This is called Untitled, the sundial. And then bend your knee, take the strap off the foot, free yourself, and come to a seat for a moment. Akapata, Bujupidasana, elephant trunk. I promised some of my friends here last night we'd learn to make elephant noises today. My dogs are going to be very upset with me, so we'll see how this goes. All right, so left leg comes forward. Take your right knee in, half happy baby. Take your left hand outside the right foot. Take the arm inside. Get the leg up high. Flex your right foot. Take your hands to your blocks and sit up tall. This might be it. Trying to strengthen the outer hip muscles to pull the leg in and keep it there. That's a seat. Now push into the hands. Lift your butt. Maybe that's where we say you come back down. You can lift your butt, maybe pull the left foot in and float the leg up. Point your left toe. Elephant trunk. Now make sure you lick your lips. And then go, elephant. You can thank my teacher. Oh, Ben's upset. And then sit down. Excellent. Set your blocks to the side. Swing your feet to one side and step back to your down dog. Do I have time for everything? Oh, I do so good. Okay. Send your left foot forward outside the left hand as if you were going to go to lizard again. You can stay here. I apologize. I should have said that before. And you can step your foot through from this position. You can also take your left foot to the middle of the mat with me. Left shoulder drops down to take the shoulder under the thigh. Left hand outside left foot. This is working towards bound lizard. So you can take your arms out, fingertips on the floor in a T position. You can also lift your arms. You can bind behind your back. And then set your hands down, left hand outside left foot, right hand towards the right side of your mat. Lift your chest. You can take your shoulder out from underneath the thigh, or you can work to step the right foot through until you can drop your hips and pull the foot through. Unwind yourself. Take the left knee back, half happy baby. Awesome. Set the foot down. Bring the right foot into easy seat. Grab your strap. Crown Chasana is first, so take the strap around the ball mound of the foot, sit up tall and straighten the leg. Try and continue to sit up with the chest, a little bend in the left knee to pull the leg towards the face rather than the face towards the leg. Hi, Bessie. Now take the strap, the tails into the right hand, pull the left knee back and take the left arm under the left thigh, setting the hands down right outside that left hip like a kickstand. Start to straighten the left leg out. It can be super low, the arms super far apart, but sit up with it and right elbow points up. Then come back, strap off of the foot, free your leg, and we'll set up for Akapata Bujupidasana, the elephant trunk. So my hands are on my blocks. I'll take my left knee in, hold the outer edge of the foot with my right hand. Left hand comes inside to put my hand on my block. And again, both hands down, right leg forward. Flex the left foot, hug the knee in, push into the hands to get the butt up. Then think, pull the leg in to float it up. Point your right toes. And then ready? I can't do it, hang on. There we go. And come down. Sorry, I know, not the best sound in the world. Okay, go away. After you've had your fun trying to lift up like an elephant, swing your legs around and return to your down dog. Take a breath there. Return to a seat. Come to the top of the mat. All right, Badakanasana. One of my favoriteest, well, I love all arm balances, but this one's super fun. We've been working with this shape a lot, so I'm gonna have my left leg in easy seat, my right foot like so. Now I'll find my half happy baby. Left hand outside right foot, right arm comes inside kickstand. At any point, we stay where we're at and work that strength and development. Left hand, look mono hands, then take the hand down next to your left hip. Sit back onto the tail, lift the left foot, cross the foot over the right, and double hook so that your toes are crossed over each other. Hug the right leg into the arm, lean your chest forward, slide your butt back, bend your elbows, chest low, kick the feet out straight, and lift your butt. Badakanasana. Come up to a seat and sit down. You are welcome to keep trying that. The secret to all arm balances is the shifting of the weight forward. You have to convince your brain to bend the elbows and bring your chest low to the floor. So bring the right foot in, hug the outer edge of the left foot with the right hand, take the leg up onto the arm. Sit up tall, right arm out, look ma, no hands, right hand down. Lift the right leg, take the foot over the left, hook your left toes on top of the right. Then lean forward, slide your butt back, start to bend the elbows. See if you can get your chest to the floor and shoot the legs out to the left. Squeeze your arm, lean forward. Push into the hands, come to a seat. Awesome. Sit up nice and tall for a breath. So we will try a little progression here, combining the pulling through movement with elephant trunk, okay? So I'm gonna take my leg up here one more time. Maybe you can find Ashta. Maybe you play with this for one more moment, trying to shift your weight, shoot the feet out. Now I'm gonna lift my chest, keep my arms straight, unhook my left foot, knee into the chest, lean forward, shoot my leg back, right foot back, upward facing, downward facing. That's the progression. Does that mean that we're gonna all do it today? Probably not. So let's see what feels good. Let's explore trying to lift our bodies up and see where we're at. So from the top, one more time, half happy baby, right arm under the right leg. Set the hand down like a kickstand. Take your left hand down, hook the left foot on top of the right. We might be able to start bending the elbows back, sliding the butt back, getting the chest low to the ground, push into the hands to lift your butt and shoot the feet out. From there, lift your chest, straight arms, lift the left foot out, and then lean to the chest, deep, deep, deep into the chest, slide the foot through, back, and right foot back. Chaturanga, upward facing, downward facing. If you did one part of that, be proud of yourself. It is not easy to do any of these things. Come down to a seat, and we'll do the other side. Bring the left leg in, high up on that left arm. Take your right hand down next to the hip, lean back, right foot on top of the left. Lean forward, start to bring the chest down, shoot the legs to the left, pick up the butt. Then lift your chest, straighten the arms, bring the right foot forward, knee into the chest. Lean forward, set the foot down, chaturanga, upward facing, downward facing. Look forward, and we'll find Badakanasana. Coming back down to the top of the mat. Soles of the feet find one another. You can have your feet out further away from the pelvis. You can work to bring the feet in close. Hold on to the ball mounds of the big toes and open up the soles of the feet. Try and open your feet like pages in a book. Encourage the shins forward and down, the thigh bones back and down. Sit up nice and tall with the chest. We'll fold forward from here. Take the elbows towards the inner thighs as you reach the chest forward. Keep the spine straight and sit back into the tail. Pull the chest forward. Lift your chest up. Take the fingers behind the back, be up high on the fingertips. Lift your chest. Now you can walk your hands in, lift your butt, move your butt a little closer to your feet. Walk your hands in. Lift your chest, sit up nice and tall. Lift your butt, walk it in. Perhaps set the butt down or keep the butt lifted and take the hands forward in front of you. Press the knife edges of the feet down, press the heels together, encourage the knees down. It's called the hover. 1 in 3 yogis didn't know they could do this. Keep the chest lifted, hands in front of the heart. It's fun. And then very slowly sit your butt down. Take your hands outside your knees, bring them together and straighten the legs out. Ardha Matsyendrasana, take the right foot in to a stand, then up and over the left. Stay here or lean to the left to take the left foot in towards the right tushy. Twist to the right, wrap the left arm around the knee, get your chest behind the thigh, and the right hand to the floor behind you like a kickstand. If you'd like a little more of a twist, lift the left arm, cut the elbow outside the knee. Use the leverage to turn the chest more to the right. Slowly unwind yourself. Take the legs forward. The left foot comes into stand. Lift the left foot up and over the right. Lean to the right if your hips are okay with bending the right foot in towards the left hip. Right arm wraps around the left knee, left hand behind you. Get your weight forward towards that left foot. If you wanted to go deeper on the other side, you can do so here, lifting the right arm, taking the elbow outside the knee. Use the leverage to open the chest more to the left. Slowly unwind. Take your legs forward. Paschimottanasana to finish us off before we come on to our back. Sit up tall, hands next to the hips, into the tailbone, lift the chest straight up. Lift your arms, reach forward, keep the spine straight, perhaps hold on to the shins, the floor, or your big toes. As you sit back, lean the chest forward. Keep the hips energetically moving back as the chest reaches towards the toes. Slowly lift your chest, come on up. Hands to your shins, walk them up, and then slowly C-curve the spine and come down to the back. Take your knees into your chest, give yourself a hug, rock right and left. Arms into a T or cactus shape. Drop your knees over to the right. Inhale, lift the knees into the chest. Exhale, knees to the left. Inhale, knees to chest. Exhale, straighten the legs out long, working into Shavasana. As you start to rest there, notice the mind, the body. When did you give yourself permission to step out of a pose? When did you encourage yourself to work a little bit more into the pose? Did you remember to smile, to breathe, to enjoy the practice? Remember, the idea of Ishvara Pranidhana, to surrender, is to commit to whatever is presented in front of you to the best of your ability, being fully present and aware. Even in this moment, in this posture, can you still remain to be present, work to be present, as you work to relax and drift away? The practice of Shavasana is one of the most important practices we can do, for it is here that we begin to learn the meaning of letting go of all the ways we physically and mentally fight with life. When we release our rigidity and our need to control, when we joyfully engage life as it comes to us, and when we place our egos in devotion to that which is greater, we can begin to taste the bounty of Ishvara Pranidhana. Slowly begin to deepen the breath, wiggle your fingers and your toes, rock your head side to side. As you feel ready, bring the arms overhead. Enjoy a nice long good morning stretch. And then gently guide the knees into your chest. Give yourself one last spinal hug. Rock right and left, and then ease your way onto your right side and rest for a moment in the fetal position. Press into the hands and come on up to a seated pose, sitting nice and tall. Moment of gratitude from me to you. I thank you all so much for practicing with me this morning, for exploring, for challenging yourself and learning something new, perhaps scary, embracing that idea and learning to go with the flow. I hope you have beautiful Saturdays ahead, that we get to be together again very soon. The light in me honors the light in all of you. Namaste. you have any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself. Oh, my goodness, Ben. You have to go. You may go. I understand. Thank you so much for playing with me and dealing with my shenanigans. I hope you had some fun. Any questions? Bye, Mary. It was nice to meet you. Hi, Jackie. Bye, Miss Alice.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, Sandra. Bye, Miss Janet.
Thanks. Bye.
Don't find my
Huh?
morning.
You're saying goodbye to me?
I did. I thought you were leaving. I don't know why. I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't
You
you
can stay forever.
your hip?
You, Alison.
What'd you say?
I said I'm
Bye,
stuck.
Lauren. Bye, Kara. I'll see you soon. What did you say, Jamie? Oh, okay. Same to you.
What do you mean somebody made you sit in that squat?
What?
We were doing that Badakanasana hover. Somebody made you
Uh-huh.
sit like that?
No.
Oh, I thought you said somebody like in a training. I must have misunderstood. I was like, what? What kind of insanity?
Oh, no. No, you could never make me sit in that pose. I love to sit in that pose. I'll gladly go there. That's a good one. Bye, Barbara. Have so much fun tonight.
Oh, thank you. I'll talk to you later.
You're welcome. She ripped my book.
She ripped your book?
They're little terrors.
Whoops. By the way,
Amy, I hope
Allie,
you guys hang in there. Yes.
Huh?
Go ahead, Timmy. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, in that book, I think it's on, what page is it on? 108. It's my favorite story I've ever heard in the yoga world.
I remember you texted me that. I'll have to read through it.
It's awesome. It's the second paragraph. It's just so funny and so
All right, so now I'm
dumb.
gonna have to steal Marissa's book and find out what story it was.
Yeah,
108.
it's pretty funny.
You should.
On page 108. And
What's
like
it-
she turns it into this beautiful story, and like she gets so much meaning from it. But I think the guy was just messing around with her a little bit,
What? Can you
to be
recap it
honest.
for those of us?
Yeah, so the author was doing a Kundalini teacher training under Yogi Bahajan, I don't know. And
Bajan, yeah.
Bajan, yeah.
Yeah.
And he gave her the spiritual name Amrit Dev, meaning the sweet nectar of wisdom of the guru is within you. And then she had like a time to have a one-on-one with him, and she asked like, how can I live up to this? And then he just started laughing really loud and said, your poop must smell like nectar and your pee must smell like nectar. And then he laughed a lot, and that was the end of her time with him. And I just thought that was amazing.
She's like, I had to
I
pick my
read
dog
that and
off
I
the
just started
floor.
laughing.
That's awesome.
But I like this. So it says that she realized that she should strive to live in such a way that everything goes into me and everything that comes out of me is pure.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like she found a way to like
Mhm.
mean something with it. But in my mind, I was like, maybe he was just like messing around and trying to have a laugh. I don't know.
No,
Sounds like the
yogis are
toddler
weird
yogi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yogi,
we do strange things.
Yeah.
Yogi Bhajan has a little,
Uh-huh.
there's some controversy over his wisdom, so, but yeah.
All right. We're going to have Sandy next. Thanks for putting up with me and my shenanigans. I hope you all have a wonderful day.
Bye. See you soon.
Bye, guys.
See
See you
later.
soon.
Bye.
Bye.